Good day, friends. The US Army has begun testing its newest counter-drone system. This high-power microwave weapon is designed to neutralize drones and drone swarms using a directed electromagnetic field, according to the national interest. Before we begin, friends, subscribe to the channel. We bring you the latest and most important world news, exclusive conflict details, and the most accurate forecasts. The system, designated IFPC-HPM, is intended to protect critical assets such as Patriot batteries, military formations, and strategic installations. Leonidas can target both individual drones and swarms, a threat that is especially relevant in today's warfare. Unlike other systems, Leonidas emits a field in all directions simultaneously, providing full 360-degree coverage. The new version has a range 2.5 times greater than its predecessor, while remaining compact. Leonidas can operate autonomously for up to 30 minutes, or continuously when connected to a generator. Among its key advantages is low operating cost. The system consumes no ammunition and requires no expensive reloads. However, Leonidas does have a vulnerability. Its powerful emissions make it visible to radar and susceptible to missile strikes. To reduce this risk, the system is mounted on mobile platforms and can quickly change position. Testing of 2 prototypes will begin in November. If successful, the US Army will sign a contract. In the future, the system could also be used by the Air Force to protect airfields from drone attacks. Epirus CEO Andy Lowry believes the US needs a dedicated structure specializing in counter-drone warfare. In addition, according to 2 sources, the Pentagon has scheduled its first missile defense test directly before the 2028 elections, setting a strict deadline for military officials to prove they can realize President Donald Trump's vision of a space-based shield capable of protecting the United States. According to CNN, the schedule coincides with Trump's May promise to get it done in 3 years. Another Pentagon official told CNN on condition of anonymity that missile tests are usually planned far in advance. But the current timing, set for the 4th quarter of 2028, also shows that they, the Trump administration, want a win they can point to in November 2028. And the Department of Defense wants to avoid anything they think could slow them down, the official added. CNN notes that this timeline is particularly ambitious given that the US has spent decades exploring space-based missile interception. It remains a difficult and technically very risky problem, the official said. One source told reporters that the Golden Dome will be able to intercept missiles even if they are launched from other parts of the world. He added that the test will be conducted under the codename FTEX. On July 26th, Financial Times reported that the Trump administration intends to spend up to $151 billion on developing the new Golden Dome missile defense system. On July 25th, the U.S. Missile Defense Agency announced it would soon begin accepting proposals from companies to develop an advanced defense system capable of detecting and neutralizing threats at all stages of ballistic, hypersonic, and cruise missile flight. On July 22nd, it became known that the White House, as part of creating the Golden Dome system, is looking for a replacement for SpaceX due to tensions between President Trump and its owner Elon Musk. Back on March 22nd, sources reported that the US military was working on the Golden Dome, an American equivalent of Israel's Iron Dome, capable of protecting the US from long-range missile strikes. We have also learned that the US has begun testing its new light attack aircraft OA-1K Skyraider 2, developed by defense contractor L3 Harris Technologies. This aircraft is designed to support special operations forces in hard-to-reach areas. The Skyraider tests are being conducted at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida to determine whether the aircraft is suitable for use in environments where special operations forces are deployed. US military pilots from Eglin, together with the US Special Operations Command, are checking whether the aircraft meets its stated specifications, is ready for flights, and can operate in challenging field conditions. The next stage will involve weapons testing and sensor operation trials. The OA-1K Skyraider 2 is based on the agricultural aircraft AT-802 and adapted for military needs. It is equipped with sensors, weaponry, and can perform close air support missions, precision strikes, and armed reconnaissance. According to L3 Harris Technologies, the aircraft can reach speeds of up to 394 km per hour at an altitude of 3 km, with a flight range of 2,400 km. Thanks to its rugged design, it can take off from unprepared runways. One distinctive feature of the aircraft is its tailwheel landing gear. This configuration has not been used in US combat aviation for more than 50 years, so military pilots had to undergo additional training on a civilian AT-802. In the broader context of modern warfare, the emergence of systems like Leonidas and the Golden Dome reflects a critical shift in military doctrine. The battlefield is no longer defined solely by tanks, fighter jets, and traditional artillery. It is increasingly shaped by unmanned systems, hypersonic weapons, and the race for dominance in the electromagnetic spectrum. Military analysts point out that the integration of high-power microwave systems into existing air and missile defense networks could create layered protection against both conventional and asymmetric threats. Such systems would not only target small drones used for reconnaissance or kamikaze strikes, but also disrupt enemy communications and disable incoming smart munitions before they reach their targets. This transition is being closely monitored by US allies, particularly in Europe and Asia, where concerns over drone swarms and missile salvos are growing. Nations like Japan, South Korea, and Poland have already expressed interest in similar counter-drone and missile defense technologies. If Leonidas proves its effectiveness, it could become a cornerstone export of the American defense industry, much like the Patriot missile system in the late 20th century. However, the development of such advanced systems does not come without geopolitical implications. Adversaries are expected to accelerate their own research into both offensive drone capabilities and countermeasures to US defenses. This creates a constant cycle of innovation and counter-innovation, where technological superiority can shift rapidly. Defense experts warn that while Leonidas and the Golden Dome represent significant leaps forward, they are not a silver bullet. No system can provide 100% protection against all threats, especially in an era when adversaries are experimenting with swarms numbering in the hundreds, autonomous navigation, and electronic countermeasures. Looking ahead, Pentagon officials are exploring ways to integrate artificial intelligence into both systems, allowing them to autonomously identify, prioritize, and engage multiple threats simultaneously. Such integration could drastically reduce reaction time, which in the case of hypersonic missiles is measured in seconds. In parallel, research is underway to miniaturize high-power microwave emitters, making them deployable on smaller vehicles, naval platforms, and potentially even unmanned combat systems. A mobile, AI-driven defense grid could fundamentally alter the way modern militaries protect their forces and infrastructure. For now, all eyes are on the upcoming trials. Success in the 2028 Golden Dome missile interception test would not only mark a technological milestone, but also carry significant political weight in the United States and beyond. It would symbolize America's renewed commitment to missile defense at a time when the global security landscape is more volatile than ever. And as for Leonidas, if the November trials meet or exceed expectations, the US Army could deploy operational units within just a few years, potentially changing the balance of power in conflicts where drones have become the most unpredictable and cost-effective weapons on the battlefield. That's all for now, friends. Subscribe to the channel. We bring you the freshest and most important world news, exclusive conflict details, and the most accurate forecasts.